Well, I was already touching on some of the input prices. I mean, if we could go into specific examples, I mean, even if you take labor and the union, especially those in the bargaining side,
you demand more at this time.
In the negotiation, that's one of the things they'll set their sights on. So obviously, gold price, one of the things they set their sights on, and so that's even from the labor perspective. But if you take all of the input prices, in fact, there's somebody who's done a correlation between, say, for instance, for surface miners, your biggest ticket expenditure is on fuel, for instance, a relationship over time in terms of averages between, say, your fuel, crude oil price, and then gold. So you would find that in periods there's almost like a direct correlation between the two. And if you take it from various other inputs, grinding, media, and all of those other things, if you looked at the inflation in input prices, you find that it is so relatively high that leaves you with not as much margin as you would imagine, as you would expect. So, for instance, if you give one other indicator of this is that mines are long-term in nature, capital-intensive, and long-term to the point where most times when you are looking at a mine's performance, you may be looking at cash cost, but every time the World Gold Council came up with an indicator called the all-in sustaining cost. And that is looking at the global picture, because you'd have been engaged in, say, exploration for such a long time, incurring costs without any reward or return for that investment. So you must factor all of that into the equation, because, for instance, most mining projects are financed based on project finance. And what that means is that you're financing the projects based on the project's economics, its feasibility. So most people will, and so you need that level of patient capital to be able to do this.